What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Draft-a-Palooza, where we're drafting best ball teams all summer long. Brought to you by DraftKings, our wonderful sponsors for this podcast. And guys, it is best ball week. We've been waiting kind of all summer for this because this is the week where all kinds of promotions are being run daily by DraftKings for this big Millie Maker contest. So make sure to check that out here. Let's bring up the old best ball stuff on screen and start to get honed in. Now, guys, if you were with me yesterday, we started going over my best ball rankings, and I showed how to use the best ball ranking sheet on DFS Army to upload to your DraftKings account if you want to have these ADPs on screen. We're going to continue that kind of discussion of the rankings today, wherever all the kind of current rankings and where I have each position group going. So we're going to continue that a little bit here today. Go position by position. So we talked about running backs in the last one. I'm going to talk a little bit about wide receiver here, and I want to have a little bit of conversation back and forth with you guys in terms of where I might go wrong with some of if you think some of them are wrong. I have some rankings that are really different from the field, especially at wide receiver. You can kind of see it here on screen. We have the DraftKings ADP and the overall and my ranking for the player and all that. And so when it's a little bit different, we have the overall ranking and then the DraftKings ADP, and you can kind of see some differences. But also compare some of the different sites for best ball. But like I'm clearly higher on some players than others. I'm a little lower than others. And so I want to get a good feel for it from you guys. The big news today, just before the show, the big news is that the Colts have named Danny Dimes as the starter. Danny Dimes starting for the Colts. The Anthony Richardson experiment has been put on pause. I don't really know what to say there. Richardson not getting it done, always hurt. We kind of knew it was coming. We were getting Danny Jones in these drafts in the last rounds in a lot of these drafts, guys. We were getting them earlier this offseason. So once again, here's the thing. How do you react to news? Now, the other piece of news yesterday, now this is more relevant. Almost, is it more relevant? I don't know. I think it's also relevant. I think it's actually, no. Similar relevance. I'm going to get into why. But of similar relevance, Joe Flacco, La Flaco, as they like to call him in Mexico, El Flaco, is now named starter for the Browns. So here's my take on all of this craziness. The biggest effect of these starters is not necessarily quarterback scoring that we're going to get from Dimes or La Flaco. But yeah, I don't know about killing anybody. Dude, it's good for everybody. So I think, Daniel Jones can't throw deep, short pass margin. All right, maybe. I think in general, it just helps the pass catchers. Yeah, and you're probably right. It's probably less good for the go deep because I got a big arm. Like the only passes that Richardson is able to really complete were throwing bombs because let me keep it real with you guys here for a second. Let's get real. Let's get real a second. Let's get real a second. Okay. Bring it in. Bring it in close. Now I want you to think about this. When it's Thanksgiving, okay, and your family, everybody's at the house, and you go outside to play football. Little two-hand touch, right? We're playing two-hand touch. Because at our age, Thanksgiving, there's no tackling. What are you, crazy? Uncle Morty's going to tear an ACL. We're not doing that. But we're outside playing two-hand touch. And I'm the quarterback. The only pass I can legitimately complete is like, go long. I'm going to throw it. Like, anybody can complete that. There's no timing involved. You don't need to practice. It's just like, run fast. I'm going to throw it to you. Right? That's the pass that Anthony Richardson, and that's the only one he can complete. So that's why, Pierce did well in that setting. Right? Daniel Jones is more of a little bit more of a quarterback, of a pocket passer, a little bit more. He's not good. but he's okay. And I guess we'll find out how good or bad he is. But the effect of him is definitely good for Jones. It's good for Pittman and whoever the WR3 is. By the way, you mentioned Pierce. It could be Adonai Mitchell. I heard he's tearing up the camp. Yeah. It's not that Ash Larry, you have, this only works when it's your brother that's getting hurt and you're like, haha, but it's going to be you. I'm the one who I'm protecting. The last thing I need to be doing is physical. It's hard enough to run without, at this point, popping an Achilles. Just running with no one chasing you. I have not watched. I always love violence though. I haven't watched Contender Series. So the other thing is the Browns, and what is the effect on the Browns? There's two things going on with the Browns team that we got to pay attention to. Who's that? Browns, right? Two things going on. First of all, Joe Flacco solidifies. Now, it's not that solid, but it's somewhat. See? Dude, this is what I'm saying. You shouldn't be running around. You're ripping your Achilles out. Like, what are you, an NFL? What are you, a trained athlete? I don't need this. I don't need these troubles. I'm not a trained athlete. I don't have trainers. Help me get by. You know how long it takes? You know how long it takes to recover when you don't have a team of professionals around you, like helping you recover? Athletes, oh, it's a 6-month injury. For a normie, it's like a 10-year injury. All right, Kyle Siebert audio. This is a very easy question to answer. So welcome to the stream. And yes, you keep Derrick Henry over Josh Allen all day, every day. Quarterbacks are replaceable. Derrick Henry is not replaceable. He's a touchdown scoring animal. Yeah, get well soon, Ash Larry, or Ashley, as I believe is the correct thing there. And then, guys, Flacco, the starter on the Browns. Let's just get into some effects here. First of all, it solidifies Jerry Jeudy as, I think, a really strong wide receiver play this year. Very strong. Jeudy looked great last year. Everybody hates Jerry Jeudy. I don't know why everybody throws. I don't know. A lot of shade is thrown on Jerry Jeudy's name. I think it's because Ash Larry. By the way, let me just you don't change the name. Ash Larry. There was like a I don't know. I feel like there was like a character named like something Ash Larry in video games, and he was like a pimp. And so I always thought that's what that was about. I didn't realize you just misspelled Ashley. All right, so wait, back it up. Joe Flacco, Jerry Jeudy, right? No one respects Jerry Jeudy. I don't know why. Jerry Jeudy had an incredible run at the. Let me pull up Jerry Jeudy here on the screen, and we're going to do a draft here. Get it ready, guys. Don't miss it. Load up the $15 Millie Maker. Make sure you get your promo in. Reminder. Actually, let me do the reminder here in a second. But reminder. I'll do it in a second. Actually. So let's get back into the. Let me complete my thought on the Browns first. Solidifies Jerry Jeudy as a kind of like really solid tier 1 producer. Last year, Jerry Jeudy, in the last few weeks of the season, was I can't click it here. I got to edit. Right. I just want to bring up Jerry Jeudy so you could see, so that I'm not just talking out of my ass. He was like, this guy just talks out of shit. But this guy was one of the highest producing players. There we go. All right. Show me the screen here. Last few weeks of the season, 21, 24, 43, 29. What? The guy, 11 targets, 142 yards. Then he goes for 235 yards in a game. Then he goes for another 100 yards, 11 for 14, and then almost smashes again with the 21. This guy was en fuego to end the season last year. On fire. What's wrong with Jerry Jeudy? He's available for cheap. He's available late. But also, Charles Peanut Tillman, WR2. Interesting. Maybe Deontay Johnson as the WR3. Maybe not. I don't know. Can't trust Deontay. There it is. Rabona King. That's what's up. Let's do some best ball lineups. It's not like our team's going to be good this year. You gotta root for your best ball team. It's not like I'm going to bother myself getting excited about a Jets game. Yeah, and this is smart. That's sharp strategy. What's Rodriguez, though? And I don't know about that. So why are you taking the other guy, Rodriguez? Ray Zanny, give me a long explanation of why it's not Billy Jacory, Krosky Merritt, or whatever the hell his name is, that Billy Krosky Merritt, that is the prime beneficiary. He's tearing up training camp. Tearing up training camp. So Jerry Jeudy, Charles Peanut Tillman. Yeah, and by the way, I'm going to give credit here in the chat because dead serious 2 months ago in the chat, I can't even remember who it was, but Krosky Merritt, like, who the hell's that guy? I don't know who that is. And they're like, just take him with your last pick. Like, that came from the chat of this months ago. So we started drafting a little bit of him. I wish I did a lot more because now, instead of getting him with your last pick, you now have to spend a real pick on him. Although, I'm going to clarify that I don't think that B-Rob is getting traded, or I don't think that is such a good. Oh, Peanut Tillman's an FBI agent now. Jeez, freaking narc, not cool. But Krosky Merritt, like it was mentioned here. But that being said, it's still not definitely clear that Krosky Merritt is going to start over. I don't think so. I see this. I don't know that this is the case. If that happens, I'll be mildly surprised. But oh my God, if it did happen, Jacory Bill Krosky Merritt will go from, still like a 12, 13 round pick to like a 2 or 3. Rabona King, am I maxing the DK million? I'm not maxing it. I'm lucky to, I do all my drafts, pretty much most of my drafts here in stream. And I'm just not, I don't have enough time to make 150 of these, but I'm going to keep doing them until I can't anymore. I love the buy one, get one free offer from DraftKings. And let's talk about it for a second. DraftKings, the sponsor of this video. Thank you, DraftKings, to that. Football season's right around the corner, and there's no better way to lock in your fantasy dominance early than with Best Ball on DraftKings, where you draft once and ride your roster all season long. And now, right now, DraftKings is giving all customers a can't-miss offer. Draft one, get one. Enter a lineup in the $15 million Best Ball contest for just $20, and you'll score another Best Ball ticket to play for free for a share of $15 million, giving you 2 chances to win big. It's easy. Just draft your team once, no weekly management required, and let your top scorers automatically start each week. Across the whole season, every breakout star, every clutch play, every touchdown will count towards your quest for a share of $15 million. Guys, you can go to the link in the description of this video to DraftKings. It will take you to the buy one, get one offer, and you'll get the free entry. Buy one, get one. BOGO. Let me tell you something about BOGO. All right? When I get on the Uber Eats app, because I'm starving, I just look at the BOGOs. Like I can't bring myself to buy one and not get one, especially if I'm paying Uber Eats prices, right? Same thing with DraftKings. It's like Uber Eats. You're ordering food. I don't want just one Popeye's spicy chicken sandwich. I need to get a second one. One for now, one for later. That's how we do it. All right. So any stats with Jamo Winston can't be trusted. Yeah, I know. But Joe Flacco is like Jameis Winston light. He's kind of Jameis Winston-ish. So I'm trusting it. But I like Tillman as well. I don't mind Deontay Johnson. Tillman gets hurt a lot. So in all seriousness, Deontay Johnson. And then again, back to the Browns team stuff. Quinshon Judkins still hasn't signed. But Judkins, no legal issues. Why is he not signing? I don't know. Do I think it will fill for the first time this year? Vishesh, just the fact that they sponsored this podcast, my sort of best ball draft-a-palooza, and they said, hey, we want you on DraftKings in the month of August, where we're doing our best ball week. We want to promote it. So it just tells you DraftKings is putting some effort into their best ball product. They want to get it filled. They want to have people enjoying and playing best ball on their site. So my guess would be, because of that extra push, that, yeah, there's a reasonable chance this gets filled. We're pretty close to full here. There's a lot of time. There's a lot of time between now and season start. So yes, my guess is there will not be overlay in this one, that it's going to fill. Yeah. Just based on how full it is now and how aggressive DraftKings has been about wanting to promote best ball this year. We're in the heart of it. They don't always want to promote things, and they really have not aggressively been trying to promote the DFS stuff the last few years. It's all sports books. So yeah. All right. I don't even understand, Ash Larry, why aren't they in UK? What's up with that? I feel like the FanDuel people blocked them out somehow. All right, so other fantasy news to cover. That's mostly it, guys. Daniel Jones starting. We got Flacco for the Browns. We've got Krosky Merritt ripping up draft boards. Oh, and the other name that's moving, and Ray Zanny, I'm curious as to your thoughts on this. The other name moving up draft boards like crazy right now is, of course, Trevion Henderson, who is tearing it up in the preseason. Looks like the real deal. The real deal. All right, guys, you ready? I'm going to sync up. I'm going to click this button. Now, you might be watching me on a 3-second delay. So just know that when I start my countdown to clicking the button, you might just want to click it. So I'm not going to count it down yet because this thing scrolling underneath me is annoying me, and I want to deal with that first. So let me deal with that. No. And we'll put up the proper DFS Army promotion. There we go. And then we're going to enter this contest. Are you guys ready? Millie Maker entry. I will be clicking in 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. All right. Okay. 7 of 12. So plenty of time if you guys want to join me to get in and yeah. I do not believe in Mechie at all, Mert Oskan. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. So really, no. I'm not buying in. All right. Here we go. We are in and we are live. We got Terp Flacco in this. I mean, I know who this guy is drafting Flacco. His name is Terp Flacco. He's definitely going to want Flacco on his team. I don't recognize. Oh, there we go. Mert in there with us. Why, Dad? Oh my God, we're in a sandwich over here, boys. We're in an army sandwich. Oh no. We're in a chat sandwich. Why, Dad is in this chat. Keep hope alive. We got Mert 999 in here with us, and I'm on pick. So I'm picking. Looks like picking 9. No, I'm picking 10. And then we got 11 and 12 also in the chat with us. Oh, K-Town's in there. K-Town 26. Okay. K-Town, where are you at? What number? What pick? Oh, my gosh. Pick 6. There you go. So we got pick 6, 10, 11, and 12. Anybody else in here, let us know. We'll do a little analysis of all of these drafts at the end. Now, let's just go over some of, let's remind ourselves here of the basic rules of DraftKings and what it's going to take to win this contest. So we are talking full PPR with bonuses, right? DraftKings favors, wow, 1,200 for the whole season, 90 in the Millie Maker. Hell yeah, why, Dad? That is dedication. So again, let's do a little reminder of like what it takes to win on DraftKings. DraftKings full PPR format. Bonuses for 100 yards. Favors the wide receiver position from a ceiling perspective compared to running backs. Fine. This contest plays the standard best ball playoff format, meaning we have to first get past this pod. So everybody that's drafting now, we got to finish in the top 2 to move on. And then from there, we'll be thrown into playoff pods where your scores reset and you have to have big weeks in the playoffs. This format favors heavy stacking, heavy correlation. And it definitely, the winners of the past have tended to do some form of hero RB approach or something where they're plucking a miraculous running back late that gets a starting role, but they spent all their effort early on wide receivers and other groups that are harder to find sort of gems on late. And that's kind of how you put together a winner. Last season, it was Chase Brown coming on strong late. And the year before that, it was Bucky Irving, that kind of thing. So this format, people are going to generally be looking to stack to create correlative pairings. If you really want to like think hard, although I find that wildly difficult in a snake draft format, you might even consider like week 15, 16, and 17 matchups to try to kind of like get through those playoff rounds. Although I find it wildly difficult to draft with that in mind. That being said, we are also in a contest here with 800,000 entrants or some massive number of, it's a $15 million payout. So massive numbers of entrants, and the chalk is not going to get you there at all, right? You got to get through to the end, but then, you know, you're going to be going up against a lot of intense lineups. So, you know, play appropriately. All right. So interesting. Left me Neighbors, left me Puka. I got Neighbors in the last one we did. They've been leaving him for me a lot. I just can't resist. Love him so much. I'm in on Neighbors. Don't care. That's what's up. Red CYC did 150 already? That is crazy. Why Dad got an army sandwich. It's just in there. It's okay if it's in a three-way. Why Dad and Mert? I'm just going to let you guys know. It's okay if it's in a three-way. It's not gay when it's in a three-way. It's fine. All right. Let's go. Oh, Chase Brown. What? Chase Brown. What can Brown do for you? Serious? I got to get a running back in here. I'm going to go Janty over HN for health purposes. Bucky Irving. Whoa. Why? Wait, who? Mert, Chase Brown. Top of round 2. Mert, you've been watching these streams. Yeah. I don't mind it. I don't have no critique of it. I was, just like I said, go back 3 months when we started these streams, and I was like, why the fuck is Chase Brown not in round, he was going to round 3. I was like, what the hell is this? So it's come around. It's coming around. There is benefit in this format to considering the kind of players that can put up monster scores in 1 week. You don't win this. Yeah, he's moving up in the draft. Although, do you have, well, I would ask if you have the ADP loaded, or do you have your personal projections loaded? I have my projections in here. Like when I need to actually, I like to sort by ADP, not my projection, not my personal ranking, because I need, that really tells you who's kind of coming off the board next. Our HN lasting way too long, guys. I think the issue here, HN with the already kind of banged up calf. Oh, that's an early grab of Josh Allen too. K-Town, an early take. So K-Town here in the chat, Josh Allen round 2, a little soon, a little maybe too soon. Maybe. But the argument I can make for K-Town there and that pick of Josh Allen would be, listen, there's only a couple quarterbacks, and this is real. There's only a couple quarterbacks that can get you a 30 plus. And in those playoff weeks, that might be what's needed to advance. You need that 30 plus pointer. Now look at Side Hustler and what he's doing. Barkley and AJ Brown in the same lineup is as negatively correlated as you could almost possibly do. I hope he takes like Jalen Hurts here. Go for it. So let's see if he takes Hurts. I'm going to tell you why that was a terrible start if he did that. He's thinking about it. He's like, man, should I take Hurts here? Can I wait a whole nother round? But Hurts doesn't go with Barkley. When Barkley scores a touchdown, That means Hurts didn't score a touchdown. So I don't get that. Trevion Henderson goes at the top of round 3. So again, talking about the kind of like enthusiasm for Trevion Henderson. This is the first I'm seeing him kind of going ahead of Kyren Williams now. So there you have it, right? McConkey falls a little bit. McConkey kind of came down a little bit when Keenan Allen signed with the Chargers. He was going probably higher in round 2. I think this Achane grab for you can't handle. This guy is having a really good draft right here. Getting Achane at 210 with Bijan and now Ladd McConkey, that is a really good start. So, I mean, luck of the draw, but really good start for him. Everybody's team looks good after 2 picks. Yeah. We were on, I liked Henderson a lot early, and then I kind of wasn't on him. And now I don't know. I do think Henderson has looked amazing in training camp, though. So, like, you can't really deny it. Tyreek, in my ADP, way lower than where he is on right now in, like, overall ADP. So here, I've done a lot of these drafts, and I don't really like the running backs here. I don't mind the quarterbacks. The tight end, I'm going to take George Kittle. This has been a way I've been going a lot lately with this 3rd-round pick. I've been taking George Kittle quite a bit, like in my most recent, primarily because I did my week 1 first look and all that stuff. I started doing my DFS videos. I'm like, man, fucking Kittle's in a great spot. Kittle's in a great spot. And I keep thinking that, and I'm like, wait a second. George Kittle last year, outscored Purdy and outscored Bowers, and he outscored McBride. And they had more players on the team last year. Now they're going to have to focus on him even more. So I like George Kittle quite a bit. I think it's funny here that Tyreek Hill not getting taken. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not going to get on board with, I'm just not going to jump on board with the love for, I'm not on board with the love for Ramondre. I think Ramondre is going to require an injury to Henderson to have meaningful games, but who knows? But the thing about it is like, okay, at the pick, at where you're getting him, I think it's a perfectly good pick. And I'll give you, if I had to make an argument for your Ramondre pick, aside from the fact that he's going to be playing every single week, and you're getting a guy, who is going to, he's just playing every week and he's on the field. It's not like he doesn't get you any points as a backup, but I think with Ramondre at that pick 130, hey, Trevion Henderson, the whole reason that Trevion Henderson could not handle, like, they didn't think he could handle the full workload in college. He was not a volume running back in college. So it's not clear that a running back like that can handle the load in the NFL. Think like, yeah, like, I don't know. I think Henderson has shown enough at this point that you're, like, excited about him. Look at Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill, this is a classic. I love this. Taysom Hill was the top guy on ADP for like a whole round and a half. But this group was sharp enough not to grab that turd. I actually think this was a good spot to grab him where he finally went. Like, normally, Taysom Hill has been going off the board a full round ahead, 3-3, 3-4, 3-5, well ahead of Mike Evans all offseason, well ahead of JSN, ahead of Wilson, ahead of all these guys, ahead of Devontae. Yeah, the fumbling. But I feel like the fumbling you could fix. There's no, a player can fix fumbling issues. Like, if you just pay attention, I never understood why they don't pay attention to it. Yeah, there's Calvin Ridley. I like the Riddler this season quite a bit. I like him at that spot. Terry McLaurin still hasn't necessarily kind of practice much, but it looks more and more like Terry McLaurin for all of his. Did I say Taysom? Or you said Taysom? Yeah, you could fix fumbling issues, guys. Kyron Williams and Mondre, or Hendo and Ray Davis. It's really close for me. I don't know. I think Ray Davis, as James Cook gets hurt, Ray Davis is winning you the league this year. You know? It's close for me. I have a hard time differentiating that one. Egbuka. I mean, dude. Egbuka here? Egbuka here? Wow. I mean, we're seeing ADP's going, like, ADP's gone wild right now. Sort by ADP. Let's look at our groupings here. Rashee Rice is still hanging around. We'll see how long he hangs around. We've got Chuba, some running backs here floating around. QBs still aplenty. I'm not ready to quite think about RJ Harvey. That's who I was going to take. I love Harvey. I think Harvey's that running back that, like, late season can take over and be that league winner for us. All right. I'm going to go to Swift here. I'm going to pick Swift over James Conner. Should I just take Conner? Yeah, fuck it. You know, I don't have a lot of Conner. I'll just do it. Yeah. Yeah, Ray, I don't, you know, I think you're fine either way. Like, I don't mind the Ramondre exposure. I think, though, I don't expect much from him unless the other guy gets hurt. I just don't think same way I feel about Davis. Like, I don't really expect much from him unless Cook gets hurt. I think he'll have a game or two here and there that might be of interest, but, like, for the most part, I'm waiting for somebody else to get hurt. It's Pacheco over Swift, huh? All right, well, you know what? You guys left me no choice. I will take my third running back here. We'll get that going. And then we're going to just have to figure out wide receivers. I mean, taking Pearsall. This is crazy. I love that a lot of, like I said, the players we were on early in the offseason are now floating their way multiple rounds higher. Maybe that means our early offseason, you know, I was all over Egbuka in round 12. Like, all right, now he's in round 5. I drafted Egbuka. I'm in, I don't know, 13 dynasty leagues, some insanely massive number. Like 13 leagues. So I play a lot of dynasty fantasy football. It's one of my preferred formats. I like it. And, man, I have Egbuka everywhere. I took Egbuka everywhere. I was taking Buga pick 11, pick 12, pick, you know, I have them all over the place in almost every league. Not even, it was just by default that I had a late pick and I didn't really like the other guys, like those tight ends. I just don't like taking tight ends in dynasty in round one. I think tight ends are really sketchy. All right, so looking at this team that I'm building so far, everybody's got teams here, but I don't really have any, like, other than Kittle maybe with Purdy, I don't really have any correlation that I can build. Neighbors really isn't correlatable in the sense that Giants QB ain't interesting right now, and I don't think it's a whole season of one guy. I think it'll switch. So, you know, it's not exciting. I just want to comment on Rashee Rice. I think Rashee Rice here at 6'10", even with the pending suspension, I think that's kind of an acceptable spot, especially since it does kind of look like whatever happens to him, he might possibly be back by the playoffs of this format. So let's say he goes out in week 4 and he gets a 10-week suspension at the larger side, week 14. So he might be back for the playoffs. Of course, I'm predicting 10 weeks. Most of the field is predicting 6 weeks. So, 4 to 6 weeks is what I'm hearing, like the insider saying. And, you know, if you listen to them, that's cool. But if you're here and you're listening to me, I think it's more. We'll find out. We'll find out. Why should I listen to you, Kev? What the fuck do you know? I don't know anything. Don't listen to me. I don't care. What the hell do I know? I don't know anything. But yet I think it's going to be, everybody thought 3 to 4 weeks. I think it's going to be 6 to 10 weeks. More to the high side, maybe 12. You're stupid. You don't know what you're talking about. I went on Twitter, and that's not what people are predicting. Yeah, see, people, this Martin tomorrow, that is the consensus. And if that's the case, I truly, if that was the case, then Rashee Rice here at pick 610 is a fucking crazy bargain. Great pick. I'll lose him for 4 games, get him back, have him fully ramped up by the playoffs. Spectacular. So if you think it's 4 games, then it's a great pick. I don't even mind, even if it's 6 games, I think it's a good pick there. That's why I think it's fine. I would say if like we had to bet it, I would set an over under at 6, not 4. So if I needed to put a 50% mark, for me, it would be more in the 6 range. But it's 50% that it would be more than that. And when it starts to be more, that's when you get screwed. All right, let me actually pay attention to this draft. I haven't taken any Olave shares. I really don't like it. I like Jennings more. And since I have Kittle, I'm going to do Jennings. Yeah. I mean, 3 games. I feel the same at 4. I don't think so. Why would they? They're not go. They wouldn't have the trial if it was 3 or 4 games. He would have just accepted the initial ruling. I'm telling you guys. I do have some reasons for the way that I think. I don't have any knowledge, though. I don't have any insider info. Nothing. But I just. What the fuck is Purdy? Wait. Somebody took. Who does this? For Pearsall? What a douche. Oh. He took it before I even took Juwan Jennings. Oh, man. That was stupid on my part. Should have been paying closer attention. Well, that just fucked my Purdy stack up that I shouldn't have built because he was taken. Because I'm talking instead of fucking drafting. And that's how it goes. All right. We need to get some QB action here. Should we go with... Do I have anybody correlative? No. Nothing. Can't correlate. So we just take like Kyler running quarterback, Caleb running quarterback, Drake May running quarterback. I don't love Kyler, and I definitely don't love an unstacked Kyler. I can't even bring myself to do it. Caleb. I'll build a stack. Caleb. Yeah, and Njoku, by the way, looks better now as well. Like I hadn't been taking with Flacco in there. Sure. Njoku, great. Don't mind that. Yeah, the Igbuga guy ended up getting Mayfield. Let's see if he also has Evans. No. Yeah, he grabbed Evans right before this guy would have grabbed him. And this dude just took, yeah, here we go. Oh, that's K-Town. He's in here with us. So he kind of took, I don't know if you were going to take Mayfield, K-Town, but this guy clearly thought you were. Mert with the Fields pick. I like that. Running quarterback. Don't need, now you've got Mert, you've got 2 running quarterbacks. You don't really need, and you've got them correlated with wide receivers. That's well built. Yeah, you were hoping for him, right? I thought so. I was like, man, you got fucked hoping for Baker, and this guy just snaked him. Everybody's fighting for these quarterback stacks. There's Judkins. Goes pick 8-11. Okay. Worth a shot. I don't have enough wide receiver talent. So I've got 3 running backs, a quarterback, a tight end. My wide receivers are definitely in this format lacking a little bit. So We're going to try to beef that up in the next couple of rounds here. Mikey Pitter goes. Somebody's trying to build up a little. Did he get anybody else like Downs? No. Brian Robinson Jr. 9.4. Arrow pointing down on B-Rob right now. Arrow pointing down. K-Town. With Josh Allen on your team, K-Town, you know, you went Coleman over Khalil Shakir, which I approve of. So I like that. I like what you just did. It was a ballsy move in the sense that was not the that's not the standard for what people are doing. Did I take Olave? No, I skipped him. Keenan Allen. Ooh, I took Bateman. Godwin. That was a misclick on Bateman for me. It's not who I wanted. I have a lot of K-Town. I love the Coleman pick. I love it. I think Coleman is going to have a big year. I think he's going to have a sophomore. I think he's going to have a sophomore smash. And I think you are absolutely fine for having taken him there. There goes Stroud. Let's go back to ADP. I'm going to go Keenan Allen here. The negative to Keenan Allen here is that actually there is a big negative in that a lot of people in this contest will have him much cheaper. I don't like that. So, you know what? Let me go with my boy Mims instead. Big upside. No one has him. Even though I don't have Bo Nix. I need upside wide receivers that can put up a big number on occasion. So Bateman, not so much that. Jennings kind of beaten up. Neighbors and Adams are definitely studs, but this team is not wide receiver heavy enough. That's what happens when you take a luxury tight end, but also I kind of misclicked, and that was less than ideal. That's how it goes. Ash, you got to be able to get in on some best ball action. So one of the things I do, even though I have my projections loaded, my rankings loaded, I do like to sort by ADP because that gives you an idea of, who's the next man up in terms of coming off the board. Where, if I sort by my rankings, fine. But sometimes if I see, oh, this guy's coming up next, it gives me a little more room to maneuver. One negative thing about for me, maybe I'll call it a positive. I find that because I've spaced out my drafts over the course of a couple of months, some of the players I was liking early kind of shift, change my mind. I like someone else. And I'll have been right, hopefully, in one of the eras. It's the geek eras. It's like Taylor Swift, except me. Best ball eras. That's what we're in. We're in the eras part. Best ball eras. Drafters. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with it. All right, let's keep an eye on the draft board, see what people are doing here. So, Javonte Williams. We're getting a bunch of sort of the backup running backs going off the board right now. Javonte, Chubb, Kroski, there it is. I think Kroski Merritt seems like that guy that's going to help you win this year if things go a certain way. Could he be the Bucky Irving? Could he be? I mean, that's what you needed last year. You needed Bucky. Year before that, you needed Kyren Williams. It's almost always something like this that you needed. Chase Brown last year also. Was Chase Brown really and Bucky? Chase and Bucky last year. You need to find that. We've got to catch that lightning. And by the way, that lightning is rarely a wide receiver. That's why it's so critical. That's why zero RB is a thing. That's why people talk about it, because that situation is rarely a wide receiver. It's not that common for a late picked wide receiver to like emerge as a super stud. Of course, it has happened. Puka, Amon-Ra, those things have happened ever in the past. So it's not like it can't happen. It's just less likely. Running backs emerge late every year, and that's why there's a strategy in best ball and in fantasy in general based around, all right, let me pick a bunch of these guys. Let's see if I can catch the right one. And by the way, yeah, why, Dad? You're doing it right. Like, that's a certain approach, and it's not a bad one. This zero RB approach that you're doing right here, this is absolutely a way to win in these contests. So I approve. I'm excited to talk about what you did here in the recap of this, because that absolutely is a perfectly acceptable and reasonable way to draft for this. So I'm down with it. I'm not critiquing it at all. Now, it feels gross when you're doing it in some ways, because feels kind of gross when you're doing it. Wait, where was I? I forgot what I was doing. Oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing. I lost my train of thought, guys. I was going to do something and then I forgot. Oh yeah, damn. Okay. Didn't like the wide receiver group necessarily. So we got T-Law. I don't have any correlation though. I think that the Ja'Cory thing, the Bill Ja'Cory thing, is much more to do with just the team saying they're open to trading Brian Robinson Jr. That little news nugget was much more important than him looking good in certain preseason games. Get my backup tight end in there, Fergie. So I think like more optimal. So like 4 in the first 7. So talk about the wide receiver group and why Dad and what he did, right? So we're discussing this strategy. Okay, so let's get into it. On DraftKings, which injury? McMillan Baker. McMillan Baker? Just expand on that for me, Ivan. I'm who's hurt? But also, let's get into why Dad is doing here. So the old start with all wide receivers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, it's a lot of wide receivers. Got a stack going here with Jaden to Debo. Okay, cool. All right. One of the guys here, Addison, has a small has a Jalen McMillan out until week 9. Oh. Okay. I never thought Jalen McMillan was going to play much. But that's a major injury. So now, I mean, talk about locking in a Booga as like on the field all season long. There you go. Rodriguez. You're talking about Chris Rodriguez, the guy who's been around on that team forever? Rodriguez has been on that team forever, dude. I don't trust that. Like, that dude, he's not young. Unless I'm mistaken about who we're talking about. This guy's been on this team for like a while. What's his age? This doesn't show it. What's the age of Chris Rodriguez? I feel like he's been around. He's a wily veteran, a grizzled veteran. I think the 0 RB guys. So let's continue to like talk about Wydad's approach here. So yeah, Dobbins, Charbonnet, Stevenson. Okay, I almost feel like I just want this. I would just, if you could swap one of these with a running back and then do it like the hero RB way, I might like that just a little nugget more. Like if maybe instead of Zay Flowers here or Debo, not Debo because he's correlated, but maybe instead of Flowers you grab like a Swift or a Pacheco. That might be a little more forgiving. Yeah, he's 24, he's third year guy. I don't know. You're saying, yeah, he'll be going his third year. I don't know. I think Chris Rodriguez is. I think it's Billy Krosky, Ja'Cory Merritt. That is the guy that we want to pay attention to. Luther Burden. I want to note that Burden did not play with the ones at all for Chicago, but he's looked good with the twos. He's looked really good, but he's not really playing with the ones. Yeah. I don't know what to make of that, but he's not playing with the ones. It just is what it. All right, we got to start thinking about our pick here. Team, 2 quarterbacks, 3 running backs, 5 wide receiver, 2 tight end. So we need wide receivers. We need running backs. Let's see if there's any running backs here that we kind of like. I'm going to sort by ADP and kind of get the next group. There you got Tajay Spears with the injury, Basil Tootin with the question marks and all that. So not super in love with this group. McMillan, doubtful. There you go. Peanut Tillman. Okay. Give me some Cedric. Cedric, the entertainer, Tillman. No? Not that one. Go with the other one. Peanut. Cedric, the entertainer, Tillman. Or is it? I don't know. If I do this, it makes it more emphasized. Got Caleb, Thornton. Okay. So we're running out of wide receivers that are of any kind of decent. Running back group, Spears. It's Tajay, bitch. I like Hunter Henry. I'm just going to randomly take Hunter Henry. Yeah. And so, Dad, don't forget that you need a tight end on your team. But so this is kind of how you do it. You say, hey, I'm done with my wide receivers. Now I'm going to load up, and I have enough good ones that I don't need to keep loading up on like mid ones later. And then instead of that, so that approach is I've got 3 wide receiver starters. I've got a flex. That's 4 of my positions covered out of these 7 picks who are all studs. And then hopefully, try to fill in the other. You got a stud quarterback in there. Okay, so all you really need to fill in is tight end in those 2 RB spots. And the way you try to hopefully get the RBs filled is by just taking endless amounts of backups, hoping that 2 of them at least emerge as starters. Like I said, I think I like this approach. I think the next one that I do, I'm going to make a mental note to do what's called hero RB, where we just take one really stud one and then let the backups fill in the second spot. Would I trade Aaron Jones and George Pickens straight up for Chase Brown? The wide receivers are Nico, Jennings, Olave, and RBs are Genti and Kamara. Aaron Jones and Pickens. Okay, can I propose an alternative? So I think your wide receivers without Pickens are sketchy. Olave is very injury prone, and Genti is already and Juwan Jennings is already hurt. So I'm worried about that. I don't want to lose Pickens. So I would say offer him Kamara and something for Chase Brown. I would do almost Kamara and Jones for Chase Brown. Combo. Kamara and Jones for Chase Brown. Straight up. Look where Kamara goes in this draft. Chase Brown up here. Kamara multiple rounds later in round 5. And Pickens and Kamara are basically back to back. So you're giving him equal value, but instead of losing Pickens, who you need, you're losing Kamara. Thoughts from the crowd, but that's what I think. I would rather, in this trade, I would rather give Kamara, and then you'd have Janty and Chase Brown as your primary running backs with, and you get to keep Pickens. Yeah, I like that better. What's up, Bankin? What's up, bro? Hell yeah. Drafting. Best ball. All summer long. It's best ball week. This is it. This is the big push. This is the big push. Where have you been, Bankin? It is time. We are back. Like, this is it. NFL around the corner. We're already doing first looks. We're getting ready. DraftKings first look video is already live. It's already on the site. Let's see what's going on at wide receiver. Oh, Danny Dimes dropping dimes. Danny dropping dimes. Doing it. It's time. I should have actually taken a running back because I know that Wydad is just hammering every running back available. Could have waited. I still only have 3 running backs. That's actually starting to get bad. That's what's up. All right, Feasel. Another fan of fantasy football question. Love of fantasy football. DeAndre Hopkins. Bro. What are you doing? Bro. All right, so Feasel Fantasy. He says, if you're 112, which 2 are you choosing out of Janty, Achane, Nico, and BTJ? All right, so here's what I'm going to say to this. They're all good choices. If we're assuming this is your season-long league, I'm nervous about Achane's long-term health and his connection to Tua to the point where I don't necessarily feel like I like it late in round 2. I think early round 2 is a little too risky for me when there's still other studs. If I'm pick 112, I'm taking Janty, and I'm taking one of Nico and BTJ, and it's probably Nico. Janty and Nico. I don't really see that much of a difference between Nico and BTJ, though. Kyle Siebert, we actually answered this earlier, but I'll answer it again. You definitely keep Derrick Henry in this scenario. Josh Allen, you can probably just get him in round 3. There's no point to that. Derrick Henry is a first-round player, especially in half PPR, but in pretty much any format, Derrick Henry should be going late round 1, where Josh Allen is really more of a round 3 guy. So you always keep the round 1 guy. I bought Chase Brown for cheap last year too. People were laughing at me. I was like, what am I missing? I don't really know. Here we go. We're answering fantasy football questions. Let's pay attention to the draft board a little bit. 12-team redraft, PPR. 3rd overall pick for the 12th. Sounds bad, but the 12th spot, you get 2 top guys. So that's not bad. What you're saying is swap 1st and 2nd round or your whole draft. Would you prefer drafting from spot number 3 this year or spot number 12? That's how this question should be asked. And so that would be the whole thing. Now, I wouldn't do the whole thing. What if I have the 3rd pick, the trade I make is I give you my 1st and 2nd rounder for your 1st and 2nd rounder, where I keep the 3rd rounder that I have, which is pick, 1.3 in round 3, rather than 312 in round 3, which would be a full swap. So yes, I think I would be comfortable with that. With that being said, Yes, I would be comfortable with that as long as you don't trade the whole draft. Just first and second round picks with that guy. Yeah, just the first and second round pick if you're doing a trade like that. If you're saying, hey, let me swap the whole draft with you, then in that case, I kind of like the third pick because you might be able to get, like Saquon and Chase Brown. Like that might still happen. That's not out of the question. All right, going through it. We have our 3 quarterbacks. We have 4 running backs. We got 3 tight ends. So we need wide receivers and running backs now. Let me go by ADP to see what running backs are kind of close here. Nobody I'm super crazy about. Wide receiver group. Naylor, is he hurt? Oops, I shouldn't have opened that. DraftKings slow. Don't do this to me, you fuckers. All right, how about De'Ami Brown? We'll pair him up with what's his name? Chris Rodriguez, Mert, you fell for it. You fell for it. Waller already hurt? Great. Classic fucking Waller. Do Rochambeau. Okay. Would I take Reed or Josh Downs in a full PPR redraft? For me, I have Josh Downs ahead of Reed. Josh Downs has done nothing but improve. His metrics are crazy good. And now he's got Danny Dimes as his quarterback. I don't love the QB situation. I mean, Reed, obviously better QB situation, but Reed also hammered us with many, many games under 10 points last year to the point where he was destroying your redraft team in those weeks where he didn't pop for a 20. And I put him on my bench. I benched him last year. Fuck Reed, take Downs. That's not a bad way to do it, Ivan. Yeah. I mean, Sleeper allows you, by the way, to just trade the picks. But yeah, that's not a bad way to do it. That's not a bad way at all. I got Roshan. I don't normally like to handcuff, but I feel like if my handcuff player is at 18-3, it's fine. Not my favorite. I didn't do any correlation in this draft. Like, I don't know. It just didn't come together for me. Yeah, McMillan's toast. What am I seeing? Darren Waller's out? Oh, it's this guy? Yeah. There we go. Yeah, that's the guy. You know what? He's played a little bit for them. So look at that. He got a 15 he got a 15 last year. Got a game where he got some carries. Maybe this is who they like. Maybe it's not Bill Jacory, Krosky, Merritt. McMillan hurt in the preseason, and he will be out at least half the season. So McMillan is toast. No bueno. It's a no for him, dog. Wait until you see which running back I take on this next round. I know why Dad is going to be pissed because you didn't think of it. You didn't think of it, and you're going to be like, dude, how did I not think of that guy? I don't want to say it because K-Town trying to take my guy. I'm not trying to tip off K-Town on who I'm looking at. But since I'm coming up soon, hold on. I got a sneaky running back I'm thinking about, guys. No, not T-Mac. No, it's just Jalen McMillan. All right, here we go. You ready for this? Not Angelica. Elijah. Could be the last pick, but no. Why Dad knows. He knows who I like. I got to keep it secret. Eli Mitchell. Jerick McKinnon 2.0. That's right. J-Rock McKinnon Part 2. coaching staff in Kansas City talking about Elijah Mitchell in that McKinnon role. Everybody thinks it's Bashard Smith. That's not what I'm hearing. Oh, and I even know what wide receiver I'll take with my last pick if it gets around to me. Let's go. Adonai Mitchell, good pick right there. I like it. Adonai Mitchell, tearing up camp supposedly. Who do I like more? Kyler, Drake, Dak, or Caleb? Oh, such a tough choice. Kyler, Drake, these guys are so similar to me. Let me put it like this, Frizzle. They're all so similar to me. I barely have a preference. I really kind of like Caleb the most, but my preference is minimal with that group. Almost no difference. Dak, when he's healthy, it looks like they're going to be throwing like crazy. Dak could have one of those renaissance seasons. So even though he doesn't run a ton, he can run for a touchdown. Dak looks like he's ready for a renaissance. Caleb, all new coaching staff, great coaching staff. And the kid runs. No one knows it. He's got the legs. Drake also running quarterback. No one's really aware of it. Didn't have the big games last year, but certainly with Stephon Diggs now, a little bit more firepower and a much better, overall situation to be working with. And then, of course, Kyler is Kyler. He sometimes pops for a big game. I don't know. All good. I'd say Drake is really comfortable and kind of easy to get big stacks going with. There's no one connected to Drake. Drake, for me, and Bryce Young, they're quarterbacks that are, you get them kind of late, and creating stacks for this contest is not super hard to do. Who the hell is Tinsley? Who the heck is this player? M. Tinsley. I always love like a new name being busted out. Yeah. Yeah, if there's any kind of stack available to you, like, yeah, all right. That's a lot of times, but don't do that for season long. Yeah, dude, I knew there was like something Ash Larry, or I knew that was a thing. Ashy Larry. I knew it. Fucking good callback to that conversation we were having earlier, DB. So let's do a quick. Really the one that's interesting to me is Wydad, and I want to kind of talk about this strategy a little bit. We talked about it a little bit in game, and actually, Mert, you didn't do something that different. So I'm gonna kind of go over a couple of these drafts. Really interesting here. So again, Wydad with the 0 RB approach, all wide receivers, one stud QB in there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 backup running backs in a row. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about a season-long draft? You don't have to do all season. The QBs that are available late are still good. Trevor Lawrence could be great this year. Caleb, whoever's there, you're probably going to stream QBs, but Daniel Jones is startable some weeks. Yeah, you don't have to. You can stream QBs. So anyway, a sea of backup running backs. Got the tight end situation somewhat under control. I think Wydad, you might see, I think the problem with this overall approach and why I think it might be better to sneak in a hero RB instead is this pressure to just keep taking these guys. So you're passing up on tight ends, and what ended up happening is now the tight end position's also a weakness, and I don't like that. So I think like that's rough. It's going to be interesting to see how this one plays itself out. Mert, you played a little more kind of, I'll call it chalk here. An early pick of Chase Brown, ballsy, right? Get a bargain on Garrett Wilson here, which was good. Get the stud QB, stack him with Smith. Brown and Pacheco, perfectly acceptable, couple of running backs. That's all you need. And then, Fields here. Stroud, this was where it went a little off kilter for me. The Stroud Higgins was not needed. I probably would have wanted to add another, kind of stud wide receiver with this spot, Mims, possibly, or Tillman, or Keenan Allen. There was like a few that I might have done instead of Stroud. I don't think you need Fields, Hurts, and Stroud on the same roster. So that's my one little critique nugget. I like Blue, Benson, fine. Wandy, all of this is good. All of this is solid. My only critique nugget was maybe one too many quarterbacks in these early picks. K-Town, also a little bit of a hero RB, starting with McCaffrey, but then the aggressive Josh Allen take, right? So then we got Evans, a couple of wide receivers, good ones. We got our second starting running back, although you'll need to back that up with something later. Judy, we talked about him. Coleman with Josh Allen's great. Travis Etienne, Eckler will get you some points, so he'll be okay. Got Kylie Pitter in there as your second tight end, so acceptable tight end group, 4 of them. Bryce Young mini stack here with it's not really a very good Bryce Young stack, but you got at least a little something here going with Xavier Legette and Coker. So kind of back that up a little bit. Yeah, overall pretty good stuff. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you, and I appreciate you coming and joining the stream here. Walker or Chuba, week 1 for DFS. Oh, we're getting there, banking. We're gonna be banking all year. I probably prefer Chuba in that spot, but they're kind of the same. I have to look at the salaries a little bit more. I think there are amazing bargains in DFS week 1, guys. Don't forget to check out. I did first looks. I did here on the DFS Army YouTube channel. Make sure you're subscribed, by the way. Subscribe, notification, all that stuff. You got to be subscribed to the channel, guys. You're going to get updates. Hit the notification. It's free. I'm not saying a paid subscription to the YouTube channel. That's a freebie. And you set the notifications tab so you know when we go live. Right? But week 1 first look is already out. The way too early first look. We're going to do another first look video in another week or so when after the preseason's done and we have all the information, right? So we're going to do a second one. But we did a way too early first look for DraftKings already. We've been doing back testing in the Discord, kind of prepping, getting ready with the DOM station, the optimizer that we have at DFS Army. Got to get ready. We're going to do a little showdown back testing maybe in a week or so, if I can find the time. There is so much value in week 1. It's crazy. I don't know how to get value. They underpriced everything. I don't know how to get value. Yes, Razzle, you get the notification bell. You will get Razzle notifications as well for pitching stuff and get all that good stuff. We have a lot of shows set up for this football season here on the channel as well. A lot of I'm going to be busy this year. Be real busy. But guys, if you want to kind of do the season with us in DFS Army, of course, like the channel, subscribe, all that stuff. If you want to get in on DFS Army, be in the Discord with us. We've got 2 deals going right now. The preseason stuff. This is the best time to get a DFS Army sub. It's going to be better now by the time we're in week 1. So by September, all of this stuff is going to be gone. So I'm begging you guys, if you're going to do DFS Army this year, do it now. If you want the full year plan, it's scrolling below. That gets you a 12-month NFL package. It's, I think, $250 after the discount for the whole year. And code NFL25. So it's $299 down to $250. If you want to do the version that includes college football, it's $350 down to $300. So if you play college, which starts this weekend, do the all football package. Just football. If you're an all-purpose DFS person and you want NASCAR and MMA and everything, fucking action every day, cheat sheets and research stations and domination station, everything for every single thing. Yeah, college football is great here. Ivan, you're part of that team, I believe, or helping on that team. College football is just so you know, college football is a beast to cover for DFS. Yeah. Booga, London, Pearsall week 1, Kittle week 1. Dude, there's a lot of great plays. But what I was saying, college is a beast for us to cover. It takes a lot of energy. There's no place where injuries are specifically updated in college. You have to go and search every team. We have a team doing this. It's a lot of work, right? And so we've added college football to our thing. We cover it, all football package. But if you do all sports, you do promo code NFL 2025, not 25, 2025. And that's for monthly VIP. That's a 50% off for your first month of monthly VIP. And again, that's the biggest discount you're ever going to see. Monthly VIP covers everything that we do at DFS Army, all of the DFS stuff. So that's really the one that you want if you're going to do basketball, football, baseball, NASCAR, MMA, PGA, hockey, college football, everything, all in one. Other sites are charging $90 a month just for their NFL product. Just for their NFL product. Binkin, you know, that site you got in there, they're like $90 just for the NFL product a month. And they don't have anything. Doesn't have any optimizers, nothing. Doesn't have any research tools, doesn't have a research station, doesn't have a sim model, nothing. $90 to hear core plays from a bunch of bros. So we're doing everything, all sports, everything included, cheat sheets for all of that. The Everyman site, guys. DFS Army, Average Joes into DFS Pros. Good luck. It's to do the NFL yearly one. It's promo code. No, it's just NFL 25. The code is NFL 25 for the yearly to get the 50 off. Just NFL 25. Not, you don't type the word code. That's a great question. And again, for the monthly VIP, it's NFL 2025. We couldn't have the same code because we couldn't. So NFL 2025 because it's 2025 season. Yeah. Not just NFL. We appreciate your banking and I appreciate those words, but and NFL is like my stomping ground, of course. But I would say like a NASCAR is crazy good. The NASCAR, the MMA, these other products are really, really good. And the college football, amazing. So I love our niche sports. I think we are far and away the best NASCAR team in the business. And there's no one that even touches us. Even like touts from other sites are signed up to our NASCAR product. I'm like, motherfucker, what are you doing here? You sign up for it. Stealing our shit. MMA is great, but like, all right. A lot of people who are good at MMA. I'll spread that around. We're really good, but you know, MMA's the Dom station's really good for MMA. Yeah, you're an NFL only guy, Binkin. So your best bet, I mean, some NBA here and there. Your best bet is just do the yearly for NFL. Do I think Dylan Sampson gets the RB1 spot? I don't. I think Judkins will sign. They got Ford there. They got Sampson. And it's just a lot of people. So I don't trust him. All right, guys. Let's wrap it up there. Another Draft-a-Palooza Millie Maker draft in the books. I can't wait to come back like next year or at some point. I don't know. Should I just come back like after when the playoffs start and we figure out how we did in all of this? I'll do like a recap. I'll do one recap show at the end of the season to see how we did with all these drafts that we did together. So it should be interesting. Look for that in February. All right, guys. Reminder, I will be back probably tomorrow here for another Best Ball Draft Palooza right here every day at noon during Best Ball Week. Also, Best Ball backtest season continues tonight. DFS Army Discord should be at 8 p.m. All right. Take care, everybody. I'll see you all next time. It's lunchtime for me. Deuces.